Today we will start with OPPO Find X3 Pro and Nreal glasses. Nreal Lite version that will follow with Nreal development, Nreal SDK, and hand tracking, laser pointing, and so on. The OPPO 3 unboxing. See it. Like you see here. Yeah. 5G. OPPO Find X3 Pro. Now the box is open like that. The first two things. We have the phone itself packed here. See, and the camera itself. Then we have the charger, the C-type cable, and enclosed here is the the pin for the SIM, the manual, but also the case itself. What I noticed on the case, that the case is following the primary cameras. They are not sticking out like something bad happened to them on the case. The case is following in all directions the cameras. It's very nice touch that they made. On the camera specification, we can see that we have the ultra-wide camera, 50 megapixel. Then after the wide camera, also 50 megapixel. Micro lens, the 3 megapixel, but with 60 times the magnification factor. And telephoto, that is 13 megapixel, 5-time optical zoom, and then after 20 times the digital zoom. Then after we have 120 dynamic refresh rate for the display. And what I find very interesting, it's a touch sampling rate. Maximum is 240 Hz, 2 fingers, and the default is 120 Hz for 10 fingers. On the memory side, we have 12 GB of RAM and 256 GB of ROM. External memory it's not supported, but that RAM is very fast. LP, DDR5, 3200 in megahertz and 4 times 60 bits. On the processor side, we have a CPU with 8 cores. The GPU model is Adreno 660, licensed by Qualcomm, and the speeds you can read on screen. Battery is 2200 mAh that can be charged 40% in just 10 minutes. Then after we have biometrics and sensors that you can read all what is listed here. And the cellular network is supported to SIM2 and the SIM card type nano SIM. Then after all the possible networks, but including the 5G. And last but not least, the connectivity VLAN in the Wi-Fi version 6. I didn't notice, but we have also the earphone in the box. They are just like here, and here they are, C-type connector for the phone. And the answering button, yeah, they look very nice. Okay, now we are moving to Nreal Lite AR glasses. The box unpacking starts right now. Okay. Oh, very nice box. One more time, the two parts. And now the Nreal itself, the case for the Nreal. It looks like that. Protective film. Yeah. Packing like that. The first part. Then after. The C-type cable that will be used with OPPO Find X3 Pro. Now we will strip out the protective foil on the internal lenses and the screens. You can see the logo on the side and also from this side a little bit of Nreal and European Union certificates and so on. Now let's see. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, actually fits very well, and yeah, it's comfortable on the sides. In the VR box you will find also this part that contains the VR cover for your VR application, then the frame for prescription lenses, and 4 nose pads. Here I will try the yellow one to be able to elevate a little bit the viewport that I have here. Yeah, that's perfect also. The viewport is in the middle of my eyes and the cameras are above where are my eyebrows. The get ready instruction for Nreal, the English and German version of the manual, and some warranty for your glasses and something to clean your lenses. Yeah, nice stuff. Yeah, very nice. Okay, get ready to use the Nreal Lite. We can use now the Nebula 2 update, and in conjunction with the MRSDK 170 we will have the hand tracking. Now we will set up the Nebula Nreal glasses. I set up everything what was needed in Unity 3D, and the input source type switch to hands, and real input for the left and right hand, and then after I started to mimic all the gestures like victory with 2 fingers, then the closing application, tracking the hand, how behave the hands when they are close to each other, completely merged, and like you can watch on the video, I start to recording it. It was in the blend mode. Then you can see the menu as well, my hands, the laser points that is coming from my hands, and I'm actually clicking. Now we will see the hand tracking in action. The system command is like 4 fingers and the thumb down. That is the exit application system call. We will say cancel. Gesture. Now I can use my controller to free rotate the map, but it could be set up for the free hand tracking. Anyway, we can click on the buttons below, like going to Brandenburg Gate Yeah, it follows perfectly the hands. Now it's just to Now I'm doing the hand tracking over the virtual objects in augmented reality space. It doesn't matter how many virtual objects you have on top of your hands, the hands will be always tracked, and the virtual representation of the hands will be always above of all virtual objects. That is very nice, and I try now to confuse him. Like trying to get all my hands meshed together and to see at which pace he recognizes both hands and at which time it just decide for one hand, normally the right hand side. But it was so perfect, I could almost get hand in hand until he decided to use my red hand to actually track the command that you want to say through your hands and through the hand gesture. And those gestures that you saw now, like grabbing or putting the forefinger in front of you and closing your thumb, closing the application, it is perfect, like matching very well. And now we will see also the virtual only mode where we are using the controller and the laser point. That will be the controller that we have here. It will be able to move the map around with those 4 buttons, and the free rotation is here on this side, and the gestures up and down, left and right, up and down will scale, left and right will rotate the map. Now we can freely move the map. We can stop in that position. Then we can enable the rotating action. Then free gyroscope move. Then rotate, scale. Then again, if you want, press just the button on the phone, and it will be in the free movement. And it's really nice for the map because you can go right into the action. You can scale down, stop the rotation if you want, stop the move if you want, and so on. If you're satisfied with that position, then go to Brandenburg Gate and zooming in, rotating the map, readjust the pointer if you want, scale up, scale down, and now leaving the scale up, scale down, and enabling together with the free motion. Then you can also like scale up, rotate with the gyroscope. Of course, the rotation when gyroscope is on, the rotation you are doing with your phone in any direction. But the nice thing, now we can see also the map from above. If we want to close up with scaling, if we want to stop the rotation and then zoom in, then zooming out, Oh yeah, we can see now the garden, all the shadows. The shadows is also nice to see on the towers when you have it in front of you. You see the shadow is casting on the ground, and then if you have a gyroscope, you can feel that effect, like turning directions. Yeah, with the free rotation, it's really a freedom what you want to see in any direction, how you want it. You can always like with the touch of the button on your handy, on your phone, lock in that position and then just follow the rotation, scaling with the gesture on your phone. That is so cool. Scaling, rotating. And in that sense, scaling is also like zooming in, zooming out. And we have the real zoom in here. Then scale. And then zooming out. You notice the difference. Then we go to space, needle in Seattle. And now, because we can make it bigger or scale it, but we don't see the close-up of the tower. We can also go zooming in and trying to reach the tower, but you know the up portion you can imagine what is from the above. But now we have a free rotation, and then you're just holding up your phone and you see perfectly the people, the restaurants, whatever is on that tower. Just one magnitude of freedom. Of course, upside down phone doesn't have sense because you will see the table underneath, but in front of you does have sense. For edges, for showcasting all other models, it will bring more and more sense. Like for example, scaling. Okay, we can zoom out a little bit. Okay, freeze the rotation, and then go to, for example, Golden Gate. Now I'm seeing the cars, but with free rotation, I want to see the cars from above and the shadow casting, then freeze the rotation, zooming out, and now a little bit zooming in. That part. I want to scale it, and now with free rotation, I can see all the parts that I'm interested in, also from above. Now I will zoom to Colosseum. I can walk around and to see it from above. I can also zoom in and then see it from above. I'm just walking in my room. But if I want to just sit down, I just enable the rotation, put the map in vertical position, for example, freeze the rotation, then zooming in as much as possible, that is the maximum here, and see the beautiful Colosseum from inside. Now the journey goes to Atomium. Wow. And that is really cool. That perspective is really cool. And I free rotate in whatever angle I want. Yeah, it's really cool. I will also scale it like here. Yeah. I will freeze the rotation and now scale it. Then start the free rotation. Yeah, it's totally immersive. You are inside. That is at least what I want to see. Freeze the rotation, the free rotation, and use the table rotation. Scaling in, scaling out. Of course, more you zoom in, more you scale, the texture will be bigger, but you get the idea. It's beautiful. On a zoom level, like I don't know. Let me see. New York. I know that the zoom level 16.5 till 18 are actually perfect. You see the texture is now too big on the maximum zoom of 20, but down. Now zooming out. Like that. Probably a little more. Actually, like that. Let me see this position. And now free rotation. Yeah, has much more sense to understand the layout. When we have such big buildings. Yeah, it's beautiful. Now scale. Yeah, definitely free rotation is the maximum. Then you bring the maximum of the expression in looking the map, the objects, and everything. It's really cool. Level of detail and everything. I love it. That's all for today. See you next time. Bye.